Do you have to evaluate teachers? Like,
Yeah.
so are you allowed to walk in a teacher's room as a assistant principal anytime you want? Or do you have to tell them beforehand you're going to be there?
Yeah, we have to tell them.
So that's part of the rules. You can't just walk in at will and, okay.
But the thing is, you know your teachers
Right.
anyway, so it's not a point to go into the classroom and assess the teacher. So you know them all anyway, and you know about the problems,
Right.
about the positive and negatives.
In Finland, the teachers have a high level of creativity and where they can they differentiate their curriculum using their own books, their own methods, just to get to the common goal.
Yeah.
Do teachers here generally have a lot of flexibility and freedom in how they want to teach, or they have to kind of stick to a certain type of curriculum here?
Well, it's compulsory to stick on the curriculum, of course. And there are some certain things you have to fulfill, of course. It makes sense.
Sure.
And also the way which books we use for the classrooms. It's most or less it's determined, but within that system, I think it's a lot of.
Do many kids want to be teachers? Is teaching a respected profession here? Does it pay very well, or do a lot of kids opt out for other professions? What do you think?
I would say so. I would say it's a good profession. It's got a reputation which in society which is good.
Do you feel that? Do most of the teachers come from the gymnasium track? So you're getting your higher level kids into education, because the middle level kids probably can't become teachers because of they're not clever enough. Is that right?
Yeah, you need to go to the
gymnasium, and I think to get in a university here is probably more difficult than in the U.S.
Maybe it is.
I think it is.
As far as I know, yeah.
I believe so, because it's not that hard to get into a second-tier university in the U.S. Here it seems like it's really set for that, top 20, 25%?
Yeah.
How many days a year do the kids go to school here? Do you know? Is it 40 weeks a year, 42?
It's 40 weeks a week.
40 weeks, so that's 200 days.
Yeah.
And what about the teachers? Is it the same, or do they come more?
They come more, yeah.
By contract or because they want to? I'm talking about by contract. How many days do teachers have to come?
Well, that's something. It's not by contract,
but a lot of them do.
It's a lot up to the about the headmaster. And
right.
We can define.
In the U.S., one of the big things is high stakes testing.
Yeah.
So the kids do around 2 weeks of testing a year, if you can believe that. Yeah. And then they compile all this data, and then they put it together, and they publish this in the newspaper. Yeah. And they basically say your school is a poor school and yours is good. Do they do this here in Liechtenstein? They don't take and.
We have standards. We have testings as well at the end, but that's an internal thing.
Right.
So we know about the results. We know our own results.
Right.
We don't know the results of other schools.
Really.
It's important for us. We need that feedback.
Yeah. How would you feel if you worked into a school with very poor immigrants, right? You didn't have the same type of things that a wealthy school would have, for example, where I live in San Diego, and then you're constantly told how horrible and poor your school is. And then they put this in the newspaper and basically tell all basically blame it on the teachers that they're all horrible and they're not teaching. I mean, how do you think that does anything for motivation and improving the school?
It's terrible, I think.
I think so too. Yeah. Okay, well, thank you.